Marquessa Brown. I'm going to share with you some very simple instructions for putting a zipper in a dress.
Hi, I'm
Today
Marquessa Brown. I am going to give you some very simple directions on how to put a zipper in a dress. Now there are two assumptions that people will not know two things. They are not going to know how to use a sewing machine, and they are not going to know how to sew.
And how you operate it.
So let me give you some easy directions about a sewing machine and how to operate it.
It has a needle.
A sewing machine has a big wheel on the right. It has a needle and a needle foot in the center, and it has a plate on the bottom. The plate on the bottom is directly over the wheel, which is located in the needle foot. It also has a pedal that is on the floor. The object is you have to mash the pedal with your right foot while holding the fabric with two hands,
can easily glide
so that the fabric can easily glide through the needle.
To kind of keep it from going in all kinds of directions.
And you have got to hold it from going in all kinds of different directions so that your needle, the line is not going in all different directions.
The wheel just turns automatically.
You don't have to worry about the wheel. The wheel turns automatically. But you need to learn how to put the right kind of pressure on the foot. On the foot while you are guiding your fabric through. So that is pretty much how a machine works. There are two ways to put a zipper on. You can put the zipper on the garment before sewing the entire garment, or you can put the zipper in after sewing the entire garment. I think it is easier to put the zipper in before sewing the entire garment. It makes it easier before putting the entire garment together. Okay, I am going to talk very quickly how to do it either way. If you want to put the zipper in before you put your entire garment together, and you want to start with the pieces that the zipper is going to part in. So let's assume you are making a skirt, and you want to put the zipper on the back of the skirt. The skirt will have an opening in the middle of the skirt, and the zipper is going to fit directly in the center of the opening. So for you new sewers, it is probably best to do what is called a basting first. And a basting means you sew your zipper in by hand first. You sew it on one side and you sew it up the other side. It is very important to make sure that the fabric totally covers the zipper. So often when people are learning to sew and they are doing it for the first time, they tend to have the silver. But the key when you are basting is to make sure that with the fabric you cover the silver of the zipper that you are basting on. Okay, so let's say you have sewn the left side and you have sewn the right side. The fabric is totally covering the zipper, so you cannot see the zipper. After you have done that, and you got this one piece of fabric on the back part, you are going to take it and you are going to lift up the needle. There is a little flipper on the back of your sewing machine. So you flip up, you take your fabric, you put it in. It is probably better to start sewing on the right side of your zipper. So you take your fabric, you put it under, you let down the lever, you put your foot on the pedal, and you start sewing, guiding your fabric all the time.
Very slowly.
Also, it is important to sew very slowly. So you want to start probably at the bottom. You want to sew up one side. Now, if you know anything about zippers, the top part of a zipper is very thick. So it is going to be important while you are sewing the top part that the needle does not go over the thick part of the zipper. So you stop at that point. You sew all the way until you hit that point and you can't zip anymore.
This is where you're going to use your wheel on the side.
This is where you are going to use your wheel on the other side. You turn your wheel so your fabric comes out of the other side. You take your fabric out and then you move it to the other side so that you sew again like you did with your basting. You sew that up. When you are finished with that, you take it out again, you pull your zipper down, and then you are going to sew those two places on the other side that are so thick to sew. When you pull the zipper down, you can get your needle to go through on both sides. That is basically how you put a zipper in.